Alrighty, then the next game up here, Colts at the Texans, another one of our picks from the weekend. Colts minus 9.5, and they win by 31. Bingo, bango, no problem here. Exactly what we thought this game would be is exactly what this game was. Domination, start to finish by this Colts team, and this Texans offense, they can't do anything with their lackluster pieces, and Tyrod Taylor is just unfortunately not the answer here in Houston. Now he's a little banged up. He's going to officially not play next week. David Culley to, quote, evaluate everything after benching Tyrod Taylor for Davis Mills in the loss to the Colts. Now, it is kind of known that something in Tyrod Taylor's wrist is a little banged up, so he's potentially not going to be playing for this week coming up. So yeah, might as well just go back to Davis Mills. See what you've got building on going into next season. I don't think Tyrod Taylor has anything left in the quarterback tank for him. Maybe you give him one final chance to compete for a backup role or just to be in a quarterback competition next year. But I do think it's just unfortunate that Tyrod Taylor is done as a starting quarterback in the NFL. And it's just unfortunate. This Texans team does not have any weapons. Once again, no quarterback is going to win without any weapons besides Tua, and we know Tua is the greatest quarterback of all time, so we digress on that. But back to the Colts and the Texans. Colts get the win 31-0, and we'll see what Tyrod Taylor can do in the offseason to get to a new team. But Texans, they're officially eliminated from the playoffs. Dunzo there. So yeah, just see what you can do with Davis Mills. See if Davis Mills has learned anything ever since he's been benched for Tyrod Taylor, and see what you do at the starting quarterback position heading into next season. So Colts got it done right off the rip, touchdown on their first drive, then the Texans fumble, and then they get into field goal range for the Colts, and they miss a field goal. A couple drives later, Colts go up 14-0, and it's only 14-0 in a halftime. Then it's 21-0, and then it's 24-0, and then it's 31-0, and that is the game. So this Texans offense just cannot move the ball consistently all throughout this game, like we know Tyrod Taylor does. The turnovers, all of that, way too many. One interception by Tyrod Taylor on the first drive of the game, and then we had who was fumbling the ball here. We had Pharaoh Brown fumbling the ball there on the second drive for the Texans. So out to not a hot start. All that, and the Colts take advantage. So the Colts, let's start with them since they got the win. Let's see. We gave the green light to the Colts to pass the ball more than they ran it here against the Texans, because we know that the Texans defense gives up the big ball, and that's why the Colts won their first meeting, was because of the big ball down the field. I think we traced it back to like 4 plays of why the Colts blew out the Texans in their first meeting. So let's see what they were doing here in the game plan. Did they let Carson Wentz air it out? Were they letting this man throw it out, getting it all out of their system? So once they finally get into the playoffs, they run the ball 50 times a game and don't let Carson Wentz touch the ball more than twice. Let's see what they did here. So here we go. Carson Wentz goes 16 of 22 for 158 yards and a touchdown. So this is the game that they decided not to throw the ball. The game that you can throw the ball, they don't throw the ball. What are we doing here? I guess we have to give credit to Frank Reich for finally understanding we don't want or don't need Carson Wentz to throw the ball 40 plus times a game to win. So all of that was great. But overall, this was a game to get all that throwing out of your system. So we shouldn't see any more 40 passing attempt games by Carson Wentz ever again. We've proved that you can put up 31 points, you can control the game without throwing the ball. Frank Reich, please take what you learned in this game and use it appropriately for the rest of the season, or you will not be in the Super Bowl. The ball's in your court here. So Carson Wentz goes 16 of 22, solid production, 72%, 158 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Fumbling, no, he didn't fumble, but Jonathan Taylor fumbled once, not great. We'll get to that fumble in a second. But rushing yards, well, they ran the ball 32 times with Jonathan Taylor. That's what we love. 32 rushes, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yes, 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 yes. This is what we want, Frank Reich. This is what we need. This is what we love to see. Shoo, shoo. This is it. This is it. This is Derrick Henry-esque, and we love seeing it. But also, they got creative in the running game. Michael Pittman Jr., 2 rushes, 33 yards. Yes, sir. Nyheim Hines, 3 rushes, 24 yards. Deion Jackson, 6 rushes, 19 yards, a touchdown. Zach Poshko, 1 rush for 12 yards. Carson Wentz taking off 3 times for 8 yards. So this is what we want to see. Getting everybody flashy involved, mixing up the offense, getting your weapons off the perimeter and rushing the ball. This is what we want to see out of the Colts. Thank you, Frank Reich. Thank you finally for doing it. You didn't need to do it this game because it was only against the Texans, but I guess might as well kind of demo a new offense out here against a team that you've got no chance of truly losing against. So we'll see if this is a kind of one and done game. It shouldn't be, but we'll see if Frank Reich continues to go with this level of rushing production in the offense overall. We hope they do. Now, the Jonathan Taylor fumble. What happened here? We have a fumble in the fourth quarter when they're up 24-0, and fortunately for the Colts, the Texans could not do anything with it. They go 4 and out. We get pass to complete, a 5-yard sack, sets up 4th and 15 for the Texans. They go for it because they have to in the fourth quarter, and they don't get anything out of it. So, Jonathan Taylor, a fumble in the fourth quarter. Come on, you're better than that. You don't need a fumble at the end of the game. Come on, you're better than fumbling at the end of the game. Even though you were blowing them out, you still got to close out and finish the game. Jonathan Taylor, come on, you're better than that. All right, then Carson Wentz, who was he throwing the ball to since everybody was rushing? We had Michael Pittman Jr. leading the team in receiving yards, 6 catches, 77 yards. Then Nyheim Hines, 3 catches, 32 yards. T.Y. Hilton, 2 catches, 22 yards. And Jack Doyle, 1 catch for 13 yards. All right, and then for this Texans team, how are they looking? Well, Tyrod Taylor gets to start, 5 of 13. Yikes, that's Cam Newton numbers, folks. That's not good. That's truly not good. 5 of 13 here. We get 38% completion percentage, 45 yards, and an interception. But then we get Davis Mills, and did he do any better? Not really, but a tad, I guess. He goes 6 of 14, 42% completion percentage, 49 yards, 4 more passing yards than Tyrod Taylor. And he also did not throw a touchdown, but he also did not throw an interception. So once again, there's just nothing good on this Texans team. Running the ball, we have Rex Burkhead leading the rushes, 8 rushes for 30 yards. They had Brandon Cooks run the ball once for 16 yards. Tyrod Taylor took off 3 times for 15 yards. Davis Mills took off twice for 11 yards. Royce Freeman ran the ball 3 times for 10 yards. And Jalen Samuels, 2 rushes for 2 yards. So once again, there's just nothing good here. Offensively, rushing, passing, quarterbacking, receivers, there is nothing good here on this Texans team. And then who are these 2 quarterbacks throwing to? We had Brandon Cooks, leading receiver, 3 catches, 38 yards. Pharaoh Brown, 4 catches, 23 yards. Rex Burkhead, 1 catch, 15 yards. And Royce Freeman, 1 catch for 11 yards. So Colts get the blowout win here, 31-0. Expected, and it happened.